Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Digital Parent Podcast. On this episode, we're going to talk about the hot new e-cigarette called Juul, Juul. It's sweeping the high schools across America, colleges as well. Whenever I do an internet safety presentation, I'm getting principals, teachers talking about how kids are basically vaping with these e-cigarettes in class. And the reason that's dangerous is because the New York University just came out with a recent study in January really linking e-cigarette to like cancer, lung cancer, also liver cancer, a lot of bad health impacts. And this is just hot off the press research. Basically, what they did was they had mice in a lab and they subjected them to smoke that came from vapes over a period of time, and these mice developed cancer. We have the strongest link ever. And the problem with these e-cigarettes, especially Juul has a pod. That one pod is like smoking an entire pack of cigarettes, so you have a very high dosage of nicotine. And on this episode, what I want to do is really show you how kids are sneaking these vapes into the school system. The difference between a Juul and a regular vape machine or a vape cigarette is that those vape cigarettes are pretty large. They're kind of big. They're kind of bulky. They're kind of associated with that whole vape subculture. Like they look. Kids usually look more like hippies. The Juul looks exactly like a USB drive. It looks like something that you would put in an Apple computer. So it's very discreet. It's very sleek. It's very sexy, and that's why the kids are all over it. You'll see Juul compilation videos on Instagram, sexy Juul girls. There's this new subculture that I want you guys to be aware of. But the first thing we gotta talk about is how kids are sneaking these into the school and how they're sneaking it in the house as well. So I'm gonna give you the top 5 ways that kids are sneaking Juul e-cigarettes into their school. So I hope you learn it, and please make sure you subscribe to this podcast, subscribe to this YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you this groundbreaking content. Let's get straight into it. Okay, parents, the fifth way to hide a Juul in school is simply as a USB flash drive. You can see this student, he's sitting in class, and you see it looks like a regular USB drive, but it's actually a Juul that's charging on the side of his laptop. Unfortunately, a lot of our school teachers, they don't know what a Juul is, or they don't know what some of these vape pens look like, so it's very easy for students to just plug them into a laptop, charge them, and smoke. So that's the fifth most simple way for kids to bring a Juul into the class, into the school. It's by using it as a USB drive. Okay, guys, the fourth way that you can hide your Juul is hidden compartments. Like if you look at this example, you see this is Oral-B floss. You see it's kind of like a tall one. I'm pretty sure that the kid has taken the inside out. You see it's empty on the inside. It's the perfect place for him or her to hide their e-cigarette, their Juul. So make sure, look for things that are maybe out of place. Like you see like a lot of soda cans in your child's bedroom. A lot of those soda cans could be hollowed out. A lot of kids will basically go on eBay and purchase cans that have these hidden compartments, or water bottles with hidden compartments. You can see this is a mattress here for this kid. He has his e-cigarette in his mattress. So make sure you look out for places where kids can burrow things, devices, floss, cans, things of that nature. That's the fourth way kids are hiding Juul. Okay, parents, the third way that kids are hiding Juul in school is the old school deodorant trick. You see, he's taking the top off. He's rolling it. See, it comes off at that point. So you can see he has an empty cavity right there. That's an empty cavity that he can stick his vape. You see how he sticks the vape down there? Right? So the vape is there in his head. He puts the deodorant back on top. See how he rolls it back down to make it look, like regular deodorant? And he caps it off. So that is the third way teenagers are hiding Juul at school is through deodorant. All right, parents, the second way to hide a Juul at school is by using a Sharpie. And actually, kids use Sharpies to hide a whole bunch of other things: drugs, weed. And basically, what they do is they take an X-Acto knife, they cut out the inside of the Sharpie, take tweezers, pull all that out, and then they put whatever drugs or paraphernalia inside the cavity of it and put the top on it. And then they have a perfect hiding place. Here's an example of a kid. You can see how he tricked out the Sharpie to hide his Juul. See, it looks like a regular Sharpie. Clicks on it, you see the light. You're going to see the light comes on. Take out the top. That's the top of the Juul for him to hit. Once again, double click. See the light comes on. That's the top of the Sharpie. And also where he takes the drag off the Juul. That's the second way kids are hiding their Juul at school. All right, guys, here's the number one way teens are hiding their Juul e-cigarettes from families. We're going to check out this kid, his YouTube channel. Watch how he hides this Juul in his book bag. So as you can see, he cuts a little small hole in his book bag to slide the Juul in to get through any metal detectors at concerts, school. Very covert way of hiding it.